Hello. Hey, welcome to Just a Thought. Another great episode. And as you know, I told you from a couple of days ago that I have something special happening. I had something that I wanted to share with you that could be, life changing. That's something very exciting something exciting that I wanted to share, and and then talk about myself, and then talk about me, where I come from, just like a short little snippet. So I'm not going to go into a life story. That's going to be a long time coming. I don't want to go on a tangent, go on forever. So anyway, I don't know if you heard, over the past couple of days, we lost two, um, legends. Two great people. One is on Sunday we lost Malcolm Jamal-Warner. As you know, he's best known for uh, playing Theo Huxtable on the Cosby Show for 8 years, and he's gone to do some great work and does in TV shows, and also winning the Grammy. So, and he's gonna be loved and missed, and he's like one of my favorite characters, and it's like he's just that smile, that character, that charisma that he's had. That's gonna be sorely missed, not just by us, but by just by his friends and people that he's worked with over the years. So that's really sad. And yesterday we lost a legend, Ozzy Osbourne. Yeah, and I grew up with this guy. He's 76 years old. I grew up with this guy, and and listened to a lot of his music, and watched his show, The Osbournes, and it's just, this guy is like he's set himself apart from from the others, in the heavy metal world, and he paved the way for a lot of the bands that came after him, and as you know, he struggled a lot. He had Parkinson's for over 20 years, and other health issues in recent years, and yeah, it's a hard one, and he was a true legend, a true icon, and if you know a lot of his story, about the Alamo and by off the bat, and his uh, wife Sharon, which he credited saving his life. So, and that was just really, it really stinks. This past month and a half, we've lost quite a few great people, and it's never good when somebody leaves this earth, like that, and at least now he's no longer in pain. At least heaven is rocking now. Yep. So it's great. So I thought I'd share that with you. If you had learned, just hold them in your memory. Just to share your thoughts on those two great people. Who are no longer with us. So I want to tell you about myself, like a short little snippet. And I was born in Baldwin Park, California, on June 4th, 1977. Probably more like in the same hospital as my mom. We had the same obstetrician as well. We both had the same obstetrician and they born in the same hospital. And now that hospital no longer exists, as it burned down a year after I was born. So that's it. We grew up struggling, like in the 70s, straight through the 80s, and I have, I had a younger brother who was 4.5 years younger than I was, came to be my big little brother, as where he was 6'2", 240, and unfortunately he passed away over 6.5 years ago. in a tragic accident at Jamal-Warner Airport, and and it was a bit of a struggle, and I could, you know, just holding on to his memory, just and my faith has gotten me through it, and it wasn't easy. It isn't, it's my family. Growing up, we never really talked about church. We never really followed the Bible. I was never really vested into it. Although I went to Sunday school, but I've never understood why. What it was, what the Bible was, everything. But I knew of it. I knew the names and everything, but I didn't really think about it. Just really didn't really understand it. I just went with it. And my dad was raised Catholic growing up, and my mom, not really much going on there. They really didn't have any involvement in church at all. She was raised with 5 brothers and sisters, in a small household. Just pretty rough go over the years. And so with that being said, we went to church. Our family went to church a few times, over the years, but we never really talked about it. Did anything, just went a few times a year. And then in recent years, I started feeling a little lost, that like I needed to have that involvement, that needed a hole to be filled. And that's when that was in 2018 when I noticed a post on Facebook about Bethel music, and about planting seeds, and that was sent by a friend of mine on Facebook, and it really changed. It really turned my life around. My life was not the same since then. So that was in late 2018, and thank the Lord, I found a church that was a good church in Las Vegas called Hope Church that I got involved in January 2019. So a month before my brother passed, and which is great, and which is really a testament to like get me through those rough times. And over the past couple years after that, and thank you, I was like, I don't know where I'd be if it wasn't for that. And I run. I did some running. I trained during that time, 2019. Just to get myself involved. Get myself in shape, get to qualify the Boston Marathon. And it's really, 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 it was really good, to be running, because I love to run. I've been doing it for like most of my life, just to keep me in shape and just have fun, just to have that sense of accomplishment, to enjoy the view. It's really beautiful things. I love to run. I love baseball. I love football, of course. Everybody knows I love the 49ers. And I love, I just love camping. I just love going to church. I love to read. I love music. I just love to sing, and maybe one day I'll be either singing in the church or singing on stage to believers, to the people, on stage, wherever it may be, so that's my hope. That's a little bit about me. So a little bit of running, a little bit of football, a little bit of singing, and a little bit of church. So that's a little bit about me. I live here in Fernley. I've been living here for over 4 years now, and moved here from Nevada to take care of my family, and it's been great ever since. My life has been changed in a way that I never thought was going to be possible. So that's just a little bit about me. If you want to know anything else about me, just message me or have questions in the comment section of this. I would love to answer any one of your questions or comments. So feel free to do that. So anyway, about the next thing. The next thing I was really excited about. I was listening to my sermon. I was at church, listening to our sermon about loving God and love others, just being there for each other, just valuing each other no matter who they are, where they've been, and Jesus saw the value of each and every person, even the worst of the worst. He just all about love. He was very countercultural, and that gave me an idea. Putting like little index cards, little notes, like what I could do. What I do is I put little notes, like say quotes or affirmations or even Bible verses, and you don't put a name on it, and you just give it to somebody who you may think need it. You just write little snippets of yours. So, because these are ones like, say, this one says, "You are the miracle that makes this world a better place. Beautiful inside and out. Don't ever change." It could be something like that. You put it in an envelope or you give it to somebody who you think needs it. Some may take it, some may not, and it could be quotes, it could be affirmations, Bible verses. We could put them in an envelope, or you just put it in like a little note, put it in a little pocket, or just give it to them like that, or just fold it up and just give it to them. Or maybe if you're at the grocery store, it could be little note cards, like index cards like this, and put in envelopes, or you can just put like little notepads, and you can do whatever you want. It's like you give this to someone. If there's someone, don't put your name on it. Don't put their name on it. Just give it to them. Just like it can be anything you write on here. Just like it can be at random, because who knows. Whatever's written in this card can change their life. Can help them in a way that they never thought was going to be possible. Because they could be going through a bad day, a rough day, or they just need an uplift, and something inside this card, inside this envelope, can really change their life, in a way it's not possible. Because if you give it to them, like, and you're like, thank you, and or you can stick it in their pocket, or you could just stick it in a grocery bag if you're at work, or whatever the case may be. If you give it to a coworker, if you see somebody that needs one, just pass it on. You may inspire them to do the same. Do something like that, or to do something great. Just pass it on, just pay it forward. And that'd be a great idea. And something like this, I wrote a few here, and I looked up, and there's this one here that I thought was great. And in case no one told you today, you're beautiful, you're loved, you're needed, you're alive for a reason. You're stronger than you think. You're going to get through this. I'm glad you're alive. Don't give up. It's just stuff like that can help others, can just really lift them up, That's a great idea. I mean, I don't know what you think. I think it's a great way to spread the love, share the love, see somebody. It's like I show them how much you value them. It could be a total stranger. It could be your friend. It could be a relative. Just everyone is valued. Somebody that you don't necessarily get along with, it's a value thing. You see value in all of them. It just may change you too. So And with that being said, I hope this is a great idea. I hope you get a chance to do something like this. I think it's a great idea. I really hope you get a chance to do this. I think this would be a great way to spread the wealth of love and value. So with that being said, here's the verse of the week. Greater love has no one than this, to lay down one's life for one's friends. This verse, John 15, verse 13. Chapter 15, verse 13. So, you just lay down your life for someone, you value someone, you lift them up in a way that they need to be lifted up, just like you would lay down your life for them. You would give them anything that they need, and that just might say they're saving their life, just give their life for them, just lean on them, just go for, be arm in arm, be in the foxhole with them. So that's it. Well, I hope you enjoyed today's episode of Just a Thought. Please like and subscribe and share and tell everybody. Just tell everybody, and just they need that, who knows that they might need a lifting up. So have yourself a great day. Don't forget to click like, subscribe, and share, because you'll get drops on when the next episode of Just a Thought will be. So, alright, you guys have a great day.